Mambo, what do we have here today?
Today we got a big inkinga. So over here we have an Audi A4 2-liter TFSI. So what's happening on this car here is we kept getting a timing correlation as well as getting a camshaft position sensor fault. So the camshaft position sensor fault that we were getting on this car, it said a very funny thing. It said circuit instead of saying circuit high or circuit low. So when it says circuit high, it's normally because the sensor is disconnected, so it will say circuit high. If it says circuit low on your diagnostics machine, that normally means that the sensor itself is faulty. But the issue that we were getting on this one, it was saying camshaft position circuit. So now we had a look at the vehicle. So let's have a look at the wiring. So this is our wiring, and now we see that there was some work that was done over here. As you can see, the wiring for this plug is all yellow, which means that this is not the original manufacturer wiring. So now what we have to do is to check if these wires were connected correctly. So over here we have our diagram courtesy of our program that we use over here on my PC that we got from Castro. So this wiring diagram shows us everything. If you look over here, 835 will be where you connect onto your engine control unit, which is your computer box, and then this will be our sensor. So what we're going to do right now is to check continuity from plug number 1, plug number 2, and plug number 3 to the computer box. So if you come back to me, what we actually found is that when they did the wiring of this car, they never actually put the wires correctly back. The continuity does not match the wiring diagram. So we'll check that out with you just now. All right, so what we have here is our connector side. What we're doing is we are checking continuity from the connector side to our plug right there. So that plug right there is our camshaft position sensor plug. So let's check for continuity. So my senior technician is going to be plugging on plug 1. So we're checking continuity with plug 1. If there is continuity, what's going to happen is we're going to hear a beeping sound. So this one that's been highlighted is our plug number 35, A35, as stated over here. If you look over here, this is A35. So there it is over there. So this is our A35. I've just highlighted it so that it's much easier for you guys to look. So right now let's check for continuity with plug 1 and A35. So I've got it on, plug it on there. All right, so you've got continuity. Check my technician over there, he's also on plug 1. So let's check another one. Come. All right, so now we're going to check plug number 2. So plug number 2, which is going to be 830. 830 is going to be this one. So we're checking plug number 2. So my technician's got on plug number 2. Check there with my technician. All right, come back to me. Right, so this is my plug number 2, and I've also got it plugged in, and there is no continuity. All right, so if there is no continuity, this means that there is probably a break somewhere in the circuit, or the wirings are mismatched. All right, so it's either there is a break in the circuit or the wiring is not connected correctly. So let's go back and check. All right, so this was our A30, and there's no continuity with plug number 2. So we also have plug number 44, which is for plug number 3. So my technician still has that plug number 2. So I'm gonna go to A44, which is this one. All right, so let's check plug number 3. So plug number 3 is supposed to be this one here, A44, and there is no continuity. However, there is continuity with A30, as you can hear over there. So there's continuity with A30. Check with my technician there. He's currently on plug number 3. All right, come back to me. Right, and I am on 830, which means that they are not correct. So I'll ask my technician to go back to plug number 2. All right, he's back on plug number 2. Our plug number 2 was supposed to be 830, so there is no continuity there, but there is continuity with A44, as you can hear. So as you can see on that diagram that's currently on the screen, A44 is supposed to be for plug number 3, and then 830 is supposed to be for plug number 2. So these wires are actually mismatched, so we have to now reroute the wires and just swap them around, and then we will not have our timing correlation fault, and we will not have our camshaft position sensor fault, and then hopefully our issue can be resolved and sorted out. All right, sharp.